So of course, there's things far more important than material things. I say this all the time because when you have money, people think, he has money, but he doesn't have anything else. All he has is money. And I say, well, there's not much above money. You have love, right? Of the people who you care about and they care about you. You have health, because nothing's worth anything if you're dying, right? There's no point in being a billionaire if you're sick. And after love and health, what can't money buy? Isn't that number 3? Money is extremely important. Trying to say money doesn't matter is a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism that poor people have so they don't shoot themselves in the head. The smartest thing rich people ever did was come along and say to all the poor people, money doesn't make you happy. Don't worry, I'll keep all the money because it doesn't make you happy. Have you seen any of them give it away? You ever seen a rich man give his money away? No, they say money doesn't make you happy. You keep slaving away for minimum wage. I'll stay over here a millionaire, but I'm not happy.
Is it true you go broke twice a year? And
Yeah.
Can you explain that concept?
So the concept is every business that I create is to produce cash flow. So if the business doesn't produce positive cash flow, I'm not going to do the business. What I do is I accumulate cash. I don't let cash sit in the bank. I take that money, I put it in real assets. So twice a year I'm going to go broke. I accumulate cash. Once I get a certain amount, I start looking for a place for that money to go. It's going to go into a real asset. Illiquid is good, not bad.
Right.
So I don't want liquidity. I don't want money.
Forbes said that you make 37 million a year. Is that true?
I'm not sure how much I make a year, to be honest. But I guess if you don't know how much money you make a year, that's a good news.
What do you spend it on?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Is that when I was poor, I had a lot of time to spend money, but I didn't have money. And now that I have money, I don't have time to spend it.
You start at 25, saving $100 a month, and you do so every single month until you are 65, and put it in a good Standard & Poor's 500 index fund, let's say in a Roth IRA with average market returns, you'd have $1 million.
Wow.
But if you wait just 10 years, $100 a month is $1,200 a year. For 10 years, it's $12,000. Not that much money if you wait 10 years. And you start at 35, at 65, you'd have only $300,000. So those 10 years cost you $700,000 at $100 a month.
So most people will never experience what it's like to come into crazy wealth.
Yeah, it is a really funny moment, and funny is the right word. It's fun, but it's also funny in that when I was growing up, part of the reason I wanted to get rich was I looked at those people with admiration, and I did not look at myself with admiration. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, if I can get wealthy, then I will look at myself with admiration. This will be amazing. And then when I got the money, by then I had changed myself fundamentally as a person, and I had earned so much self-respect and so much self-worth that by the time I got the money, I wasn't looking for anything from the money other than it is the great facilitator. It will let you do extraordinary things, but it won't make you an extraordinary person. It won't make you feel any differently about yourself.
Time is money. Most people don't even understand the concept. Like, what does that even mean? How do you multiply time? How do you buy time? Rich people buy time.
By buying jets.
There you go. That's one way. First private jet I flew on was a used jet. I bought a used jet, $8.5 million. To me, that's an investment. Charter's a show-off. When you pay $8.5 million and a jet sits out there and you know it's going to zero, you're going to use that motherfucker.
That's what you do.
And so in the first 6 months, we paid for that jet.
How?
Because it got me more places. Like when I go on a trip, I was doing 5 cities literally in a 24-hour period. Bang, 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 seeing customers. So I kept that jet 2.5 years. We just sold it. At the end of the year, I bought a brand new jet.
What God has for you, it is yours. All God's plans for you, his purpose, if you just open up yourself to him, he gonna make all of them come true. But if you stop and keep addressing haters, you will never be open to your purpose and your mission in life.
Once you retire, you don't have that source of income that's coming in, right? So even if you save over a 15-year career, if your spending habits remain the same, eventually that well's gonna run dry, right? So unfortunately for us athletes, the retirement age is 32, 34 if you're lucky, 37 like myself. What comes next, right? So the question needs to be, what comes next? What can I do? What is my passion? Not where I can create the most value or generate the most revenue, but what is my next passion? When you find that next passion, everything else will make sense.
I know people out there spend more money on their car than they do themselves. They pay $300, $400, $500 a month on their car and think nothing of it. Won't spend $500 on themselves. It's ridiculous. It's completely backwards. You're paying the man. You're paying for food, you're paying for groceries, you're paying for movies, you're paying for bullshit. You went and bought a house. That was the dumbest thing anybody could do. It's the dumbest thing I ever did was buy a house. I bought a house and I didn't improve myself. First thing, invest in yourself. As a result of that, the business, wherever you are in the business cycle, should start getting better. When it does, it'll kick out more money. When there's so much money that you can't reinvest that money either in yourself or the business, at that point you're like, okay, I want to buy the third flow. I would buy cash flow.
Are you a billionaire yet, bro?
Actual cash, I'm probably the poorest person in this room because we just.
I doubt that. Cash is grass, baby.
Yeah,
I doubt that.
We like if I make $3-4 million a month, I just spend it on videos the next month. We literally like have razor thin margins and just reinvest.
Oh, you're spending $4 million on a YouTube video?
Well, $4 million a month on video.
Are brainwashed when it comes to money. Go to school, get a job, work hard, pay your taxes, save money, get out of debt, buy a house, and invest in the stock market. Everybody who follows that program has been brainwashed.
People go to school and they're spending $8,000, $10,000, and they have no idea what they want. Just stop. Just stop. Wait a second before you sign all those loans, before you put yourself in debt for the rest of your life, and say, what do I want to do with my life? Sometimes you just need a couple years after high school just to get yourself together.
For a beginner, what would you say is the best way to make money with crypto?
But start with the basics. I'd suggest work with 5 coins. I mean, you definitely want some Ethereum. You're going to need it.
Yeah, definitely.
And you want some Bitcoin, the granddaddy of it all. But also check out Solana, look at Polygon. There's so many great resources online. You go to YouTube, there's just countless lessons.
Yeah.
Cash is oxygen. I'm blown away by all these people that are starting businesses that don't realize that money is important. Like they think about all these things. They're trying to think about 4 years from now and they haven't made their first check. Just complete lack of practicality when thinking about a business. Number 2, strengths. Are you a salesman? Are you the accountant? Do you have financial strength? Do you have sales strength? Are you operationally? Are you good at HR? Whatever you're best at, do that. Surround yourself with the other 3 or 4 pillars that need to have a business.
Whenever I do business, it's not about the money. I heard Jeff Bezos say one time when he was talking, he said he makes his investment based on if it's going to change people's lives. And once I started doing that strategy, I think I probably quadrupled what I'm worth now.
That's paper. We call it money. Money is an idea. Money goes where it's invited and it stays where it's welcome. The idea that you have to work hard for this stuff is not true. Some of the people that work the hardest are the ones that are in the least.
My first big investment, I want to say it was Google. So one day I'm sitting playing at the Beverly Hills Hotel and I hear these 2 gentlemen talking about Google search engines and one day your phone's gonna be this and you type anything and it comes up, and I was like, say that again? I would like to invest in this. My guy hooked it up and we invested, and then I forgot all about it. And then I read the article and everybody else read the article about the big hit that some of the early investors received.
How many have you got? 20s, maybe 17, I don't know.
17 cars?
Yeah.
And you got how many Bugattis?
2.
Ferrari?
Ferrari, 2.
McLaren?
2.
Rolls? You came in a Rolls today.
2.
Yeah.
2.
Which one do you like driving most?
Rolls Royce.
Don't go broke trying to look rich. That's one thing everybody's doing right now. They're going broke trying to look rich. So here's what I am. I don't care where you put the money. You know, there's guys out there saying it should be real estate, should be the stock market. If you don't save money when you're broke, this is the thing no one's telling you. If you don't save money when you're broke, I'm talking about $10 a month, $20 a month. The crazy belief system in the world is that you will save it once you make more. If you have a habit of spending, you will spend more when you make more.
He says to his son, you got your first job, you're 18. I'm going to require that you take $300 every month, $150 a paycheck, and we're going to automate it to the separate account. And his son's like, I can't do that. He goes, let me tell you why you want to do it. It'll be up to you. If you promise to do that and you really do it and you automate it so you don't see it, and you do that for 8 years, you'll never have to invest again and you'll be financially set for life. His son goes, come on, Dad. 8 years, $300 a month, what is that? If he does the math, he goes, that's $28,000,
Over 8 years, $28,800. $28,800, how's that going to do anything? Especially if I don't add any more money after 27 years old. He goes, let me show you, son. The market's gone up 10% over 30 years. Let's apply a lower number. Let's do 8%. Be conservative. Let me show you what the numbers are when they compound. You know how much he has when he retires? $1.8 million, and all he put in was $28,800.